Hi everybody, welcome. So we're starting this evening with the Grandmother and Apophyllite Alchemy Bowl, and this is just such a beautiful energy to be working with. She really speaks to the mystery of this time. Hi Lisette. Hi Juliana. Hi Jackie. So, welcome everybody. New moon in Pisces, 23 degrees of Pisces at about 10:30, 11 o'clock this morning here in the UK. Powerful moon. Hi Liz. I can't believe how quickly the 14 days goes between the new moon and the full moon and the full moon and the new moon. And goodness me, just extraordinary times that we're in. I don't know whether you're like me, you're really feeling this shift in the energy, the shift in the frequency that is changing the inner landscape, changing the inner matrix of our experience, particularly as we move towards the spring equinox. And the spring equinox this year is super powerful. It's what many would call the Aquarian Stargate. It really is going to take us through a portal, a frequency shift that will start a further series of activations as we move on through the year of 2021. So it really feels that this new moon has been in preparation for us as we journey towards the spring equinox. For many that I've spoken with recently, both clients and good friends, this is such a place of recognizing internal shift and seeing aspects of the journey this far either falling away, or that we are being up-leveled so that we can see a circumstance, we can see the situations that we've been working with perhaps all of our lives, but we're seeing them through a slightly different lens. So we are recognizing that perhaps there is a completion to what we've been working through for a very long time. So this is giving us the opportunity of clearing away more of the old patterning, perhaps even more of the old physicality that we might have around us, that we recognize that we don't have a resonance to any further. It's not something that we want to have in our field. It's not something we want to have in our space. Hi Jonathan. Hi Trish. So super powerful opportunity to really recognize, as I say, all is frequency. What is it that really resonates for you now? What is it that is calling you forward? For many of us, if we reflect back on this last year, which has been a year unlike any other that we might have experienced on the earth plane, what shifted? What has changed in your awareness? What has changed in your awareness of yourself? But what is the shift in the soul growth that you've been through in this time? Hi, Jackie. Hi, all the way from Newfoundland. No, lovely to see you. So this is a really interesting point that we're in. And so what is this new moon calling you to? As I say, it's a new moon in Pisces, 23 degree of Pisces, but it's a mystical, it's deep, it's, and you know, connect. Sorry, I've got a cat that isn't trying to bring his attention to, trying to get my attention, should I say, with very large claws into my legs. So yeah, it's a very mystical and deep new moon, but it's also conjunct with Neptune and with Venus. So there is an aspect of a higher vision that is being brought to us. Neptune is the natural ruler of Pisces, so this is really about our soul evolution. What is this shift that's been going on within you that is now calling to prepare, to initiate, and to share with the world? And we will notice a difference as we go through the equinox on lots of levels. And as I say, it is seen by many as an Aquarian stargate, that it is taking us another step in to this new age of Aquarius energy, which is so much more about we than I. So this is really a potent time, and there's a real sense for me of there's no going back. It's like whatever's been on the journey this far is like it's behind us. It's created the template and all of the evolutionary pieces that have brought us to here. But there is a reality check that is going on of this. So here I am. And what am I going to create from here? What is the frequency coding that I am now holding that is about my pathway forward? So these are exciting times, and yet we are also dealing with what is unfolding on the 3D level of the matrix of our experience. What we come to know as the soul evolves, that whatever is on the screen of our lives comes with a message. And the message is for us to see, sometimes with symbolic sight, what is showing up, where is the work that is being called to be attended to within me, what aspect of the diamond of my heart is asking for polishing. Powerful times, and you know, let's see what the roses offer us as wisdom as we move through into this energy now that's taking us between this new moon in Pisces and the end of this astrological year. Obviously, the new astrological year starts as the sun ingresses into Aries, which it does for the spring equinox. So we have a week now to bring focus inside and ask what else is calling for my release, what else is calling for my integration, how am I being called to rise above the pathway that has been before now, and for me to see the lessons, the learnings, and to be able to step forward into this new energy that the equinox offers us. So let's see what the roses offer us as wisdom and focus as we move into that pathway of light, into that Aquarian stargate. So the first rose that's come forward is rose 6. And this rose is one of the roses from the original set. These are roses that work as a healing grid on the physical body. So this rose sits in the sacral chakra. And the sacral chakra holds all of these keys and codes of who am I inside the tribe. So she's luscious, she's deep and coral and luscious. And she holds this message of our individuation. I may have birthed into this particular tribe, this birth family, and onto this piece of land. That would be base chakra. That would be the coding of the base chakra. And this rose sits into that base chakra and rises from it. Who am I inside the tribe? What is my authentic voice? What is my sensuality, my sexuality, my creative? This is a procreative center. What am I birthing? And it may be a physical child. It may be a new vision that will help humanity going forward. All of it arises from this creative aspect of self. This is also the area of self that speaks of self-love, self-value and self-esteem, my worthiness. Am I worthy? And from that template, from that foundational template of the story of the family I birth into and the inner work that I do to transmute the stories and the scripts that came with that birth template, allow me to rise and blossom. From this template, the throat is the higher octave of this. So we often see that when someone makes a big shift in their sense of self and their sense of self-love, self-value, self-esteem, there is a different presence in the body and there is a different truth that is spoken through the heart. So this is just a beautiful, beautiful energy to work with. And clearly there is a place of know thyself and to thine own self be true that comes from this. And when our foundation is sound, when we are truly aligned to ourselves, when we are at home in ourselves, then we can authentically rise. You know, it's like Maslow's triangle, isn't it? The base of Maslow's triangle, where all of the base aspects of, you know, food on the table, roof over my head, and some warmth, allows us to rise and be altruistic and take a more spiritual path. But the foundation needs to be on solid ground. And this feels to me to be the first piece for us to look at in this week running up to the equinox. This closing out of this astrological year, this closing out through Pisces, which is the last sign of the zodiac. What is it that is still creating or calling for my attention in the foundation of my pathway here? It might be financial. Is there anything financial that you need to be dealing with? Is there some aspect which needs integration, that needs forgiveness, that needs acceptance, that allows for this energy to be truly luscious? Let's see what the next rose is. So we're asking for the wisdom of the roses for this upcoming week to the equinox. What inspiration and guidance might they have for us? So we have Rose 3. This Rose 3 is also from this same original grouping. This rose works on the spleen. And she is also the rose that works within the spleen-pancreas connection. Now, from a Chinese medicine perspective, the spleen-pancreas connection will be to do with the sweetness in life. You know, how much are we able to honor ourselves, to have that sense of kindness and loving presence to ourselves. It's very interesting that these two have both come forward that work on the physical body. So they are part of the original chakra healing grid that the first 11 roses of this Rose Oracle came for. The spleen, which is where this rose sits, is under the lower left ribs. And obviously I'm reversed because I'm speaking on an iPhone. So the spleen is also the entry portal of solar prana. It's where the energy spectrum of vibration in the solar light, in the sunlight, comes into the body, and it's almost like a prism whereby the white light comes in and the color rays spectrum from it, and then they are delivered to the chakras to bring a balance to the chakras. I also feel that this particular energy has to do with the immune system, because the spleen is a filter for the blood. So the immune system and our ability for supporting our physical bodies with the immune system also comes with this rose. So again, is there anything that you need to pay attention to your immune system? Is there anything to do with the spleen-pancreas combination of finding the love and the joy in every day, how we absorb and integrate love and joy? This rose often calls herself the joy rose. When she comes in the big scarf form that I produce with these roses, she says, "I am joy." And you can see that she's almost effervescent. There's almost this sort of neon pink that runs through this rose, and she's multi-petaled. She's calling for the joy. And let's see what the third rose might be for this particular reading. So, and we have Rose Ma 11. This rose quite often comes into the reading. She says, "I am protector." This rose carries very strong swan energy. Swans mate for life, and they are fiercely protective of their partner and of their families. So this beautiful energy, she is called Madame Hardy, and she was developed by a rosarian at the Luxembourg Gardens in Paris at the turn of the century, and his name was Alexander Hardy, and this rose was one that he developed and then named after his wife. What I feel is that this rose holds a very, very pure and high frequency light energy, almost photonic light. And many of us are experiencing this download of photonic light that is we are being invited to take in at a cellular level in the body. This is our opportunity to upshift the frequency of our bodies at a cellular level through this high frequency light that is now coming onto the planet in ever greater amounts. And it will continue to do so as we go through the spring equinox. And as I say, that is another stargate. It's a shift of frequency that will continue apace during this year. So particularly for the summer solstice and then the autumn equinox as we run round to the winter solstice. And many of you may well know that I have a new 9-month Rose Heart Inner Mastery journey that starts on the equinox and runs round to the winter solstice. And we have a wonderful group of women, beautiful rose sisters that are joining me on this 9-month adventure. If you feel that you might be drawn to join me, the roses, and the wisdom that they wish to share with us as we move through this journey to be able to anchor these higher keys and codes of light, check out the website rosealchemy.com and have a look at the Rose Heart Inner Mastery page. Lots of feedback and videos and things from last year, and it is a fabulous, it's a fabulous journey. I'm very blessed to guide the journey. Anyway, along with the roses, of course, the rose consciousness. So this time in the rose reading, and particularly for our attention in this coming week that takes us to the spring equinox, just see if there's anything here in the wisdom of the roses that can help you on your journey to refine and align your frequency to be able to absorb these higher frequency keys and codes as they are offered to us as we move through this year. So Rose 6, working on the sacral chakra, she's calling us to really pay attention to self-love, self-value, self-esteem, anywhere where we are questioning the very foundation of any aspect of our lives, and that can be our creativity. Obviously, this is the center of procreativity, but also creative birthing of new projects, visions, and maybe, physical babies. So this is a powerful, powerful ally in our creativity, our finances, and our sense of ourselves as we move through this journey of 2021. Rose 3, is there anywhere that you could really benefit by bringing attention to joy? Where is the joy, the sweetness in life? What is calling that can assist you to find balance and to really help and support your immune system to be in best shape for this time going forward? And this beautiful high frequency, pure energy of I am protector. And of course we know that the higher the frequency that we're holding, the more refined and aligned we are with our higher soul self, with our true I am presence. Then the field of gold within the heart activates and the golden light body activates. This rose calls us home to this energy of the gold, knowing that the higher the frequency that we are able to hold, the clearer and more aligned that we are to be able to be of assistance and guidance for others. And as I say, this rose is, fierce protector, carries strong swan energy and a real pure light. So there we are. There's our 3 roses for this particular reading. And I'm going to finish off by actually putting these 3 energies into this beautiful grandmother and apophyllite crystal bowl. And I have found through the one-to-one sessions that I've been doing just recently, particularly with those that have had the vaccine, being able to work to release the toxicity that can be held within the body, that working with the roses and working with the crystal frequencies actually is being able to lift and shift quite a lot of that energy. So this beautiful bowl is a grandmother and apophyllite alchemy bowl. And the other bowl with me today is the air element Super 7. And they're carrying the frequency of the roses that actually can be received at a cellular level through the crystalline frequencies. So thank you for joining me this evening and joining with the roses. And as I say, if you feel the calling to join us on the Rose Heart Inner Mastery Adventure, it starts next weekend, and you can get more information on the website. And I'm starting the new round of the Rose classes, the 5D Rose classes for 2021. They will be starting in April, and you can learn more about the roses and join me at some part during the journey. So thank you so much for joining me, with much love and rosy blessings. Bye for now. Bye-bye.